Heads up 20 ups. Alright. I have a lot to say today, and so we're just gonna go. Jins, you were talking about movies from books, and I get really upset when I watch movies and I've read the book and then it's totally off, and I know that I should be able to just sit there and sit back and go, okay, let's accept this as a different story, but no, I get really frustrated because they change characters, they change the order of things, they add things that just weren't plain in the book. If you're going to add parts, then take parts from the book that are going to expand upon the movie. Anyway, most recently I watched The Count of Monte Cristo, which drove me insane. This was the newer version, because I love that book, and my roommates almost had to make me leave because I was getting so irritated with the TV and wanting to throw things at it. Yeah, in case you haven't figured out, I'm a relatively passionate person. But anyway, I do enjoy seeing the movies of books that I've read, and there are some good adaptations out there, but for the most part, I have to go in trying, usually unsuccessfully, but trying, just kind of take a deep breath and sit back and realize it's not going to be the same, it's not going to be as good, they're going to change things, and then going from there. It's something I'm still working on a lot. Rima. Yes, flute and the piano are the same in that they are both C instruments, meaning that when you play a C on the piano and you play a C on the flute, you're playing and hearing the exact same note. And as far as where your right hand plays on a piano, that first couple of octaves is right with the flute, but because the piano is so expansive, they're also not the same, and flute's not going to go into the bass clef or the left hand of the piano. But you should totally take piano lessons because they're awesome, and everyone ends up growing up and wishing that they'd taken piano lessons or that they'd stuck with piano lessons longer, me included in that. I had to take piano lessons from kindergarten, first grade, something or somewhere around there, through 5th grade, and then I stopped to pick up flute. But we had, all the kids in my family had to take piano lessons in elementary school. And then we're asking or talking about what are some of our favorite TV shows as kid. Everybody's mentioned Doug already, but that was a favorite. I also really liked Recess. Boy Meets World. How has no one mentioned that? I mean, yes, maybe that was a little bit farther on, but come on. And then The Simpsons, which I know isn't generally a children's show, but after dinner, as kids, my dad would turn on The Simpsons, and my mom wasn't too thrilled with it, but we grew up watching The Simpsons. Really, though, I grew up not watching TV, because after we got rid of... We took our TV and we put it in another room where it didn't get cable and it wasn't hooked up. We used it simply to play movies on when I was in 4th or 5th grade, I think. So I didn't grow up with a lot of movies, or with a lot of TV. So I missed out on a whole lot until I got to college, and my roommates were like, how have you never seen this show? I'm like, I didn't grow up with TV. Yay? Which isn't something that I regret. Like, I really enjoyed a really cool childhood, and we played a lot of games and watched a lot of movies, but didn't do the TV thing. So, and because my youngest sister is 6 years younger than me, I tended to watch younger shows much longer than most people did. So, Zaboomafoo, we watched that a lot with my little sister, and Winnie the Pooh a lot. Lucy, you mentioned that school spirit, you often sat in the back of pep rallies and yelled out things, and I totally would have been doing the same thing if I were not in the band, and thus having to behave myself, as we were kind of front and center at most pep rallies. But I totally didn't actually go to pep rallies where the band wasn't playing. Alright, so clearly I'm wearing different clothes, and it's actually more than 24 hours after I filmed the first half of this, because camera batteries died, and of course I didn't realize it till I deleted all of my notes. So here we go, trying to finish up this video from memory, and unfortunately you don't get the special bit at the end. I'm sorry. But I'll tell you what it is so that you can be really upset or really excited that you didn't get it. I don't know. Just to taunt and torment you. So, Craig and James were talking about weather, and up until yesterday when I was filming, it was really bright and sunny and awesome outside, and today it's rainy. But it's still warmer, and so we're hoping, our fingers are crossed that it'll stay warm. Yeah, that's kind of all I had to say there. James said something about how, about being the person in your group of friends who does the rants, and I just wanted to let you know I'm already that person in my group of friends, so it's kind of a name that I hold on to and I'm really quite alright with. I will rant about unimportant things that I decide I feel very opinionated about, and that's me, and hopefully that's okay. TJ was talking about having like opinionated conversations with other people and knowing who you could have actual conversations with and who they would end up being debates. And it's really cool when you finally get to figure out who those people are. Sometimes it takes a really long time and sometimes it doesn't. When I was in college, the 2008 elections were going on, and being in the music department, which is, musicians are generally much more liberal than I am politically, in many aspects, and so I learned very quickly with whom I should keep my mouth shut and with whom I could have conversations about how we felt. And you're right, it's a matter of realizing that, I mean, on both sides there has to be some sort of a concession made in terms of or even just a simple, I don't agree with you but I can respect your opinions enough not to berate you for having those opinions. And just having that sort of a mindset helps and makes those conversations better and sometimes occur more frequently. I really wish I had my notes, and I'm really sorry that I don't. I had this whole bit I had recorded with no batteries, so not recorded, but I said it all to the camera. That should count for something, right? I had this whole Harry Potter rant that I was going to put on my main channel and the link to. But now you have to wait longer for that because, of course, I deleted my notes for that too. Note to self and to all of you, don't delete those notes. I know TJ keeps them by hand. I'm wondering if I should start doing the same thing. The issue is I just open up like a sticky note on my computer because that seemed the easiest thing. I could leave it up all week as I watched your videos and add to it, since I'm on my computer watching videos anyway, but apparently we'll be moving to Word documents. Yes. So, there you go. That was my mistake. But anyway, that's what I had planned to do this week, which is why I don't have a whole lot of content, and I'm sorry, because that was supposed to be the majority of it, and yeah. But I hope everyone's weeks have been less stressful this week. I know that while I'm working a lot, I think it'll be less stressful, so that's always good. And I look forward to seeing everybody's videos this week, and I will see you all throughout the week, and you'll see me next week. There we go. DFTBA.